Hello, welcome to a new episode of Love and Stuff, the weekly-ish podcast. Weekly-ish.
Weekly-ish.
I threw the ish in there.
Yeah, the weekly-ish podcast.
Because you know what the ish
love.
does? You know what the ish does? It lets us get away with a lot more stuff.
It gives us some
It's
wiggle
one of
room.
those things where you tell people I'll be there at 7-ish and you could show up at like 8-ish and be okay because you said ish.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a douchebag like me.
Well, yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are here with another thrilling episode of Love and Stuff. If you like what we do, follow us on SoundCloud. Maybe hit us up on YouTube. Give us a like. Leave a comment.
Yeah, all
that good stuff.
Yeah.
Do we have
That's
anything
exciting.
from our?
From our sponsors?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. The Czechoslovakian Unification Front would like to let you know that they're considering possibly renaming themselves to the Bohemian Unification Front.
Nice.
But they're not sure.
They're not sure.
Yeah.
They're just kind of eh.
Well, the Czechs are for it. The Slovaks are kind of on the table.
So did they just get into like a room? Is there like 4 dudes and they just get into a room and drink some vodka and figure all this stuff out? That's what I picture. Drink some vodka, eat some raw potatoes.
Yeah, more or less. I think you're thinking more like Russians, but...
Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Czechs drink beer.
I would assume Czechoslovakians also drink some vodka.
Yeah, why not?
You know, it's a big thing. We are also sponsored by Dave's Lube.
Dave's Lube.
For all your lubes needs, I
For
can't
all
talk.
your lube needs,
Yeah.
Dave's Lube.
Has you covered.
Yeah.
So we got a question. You ready?
Yeah,
Somebody actually wrote in a question
Let's do it.
to our Gmail. If you have a Love and Stuff question, you could write it at ShayneandI@gmail.com.
Yeah, and we got to spell that because Shayne has a funny spelling name.
It's not funny.
It's funny spelling.
It's not funny spelling.
It
I
is
just
funny
don't spell it.
spelling.
I spell it uniquely.
Shayne.
And I,
And I.
one word,
Yes.
dot
Dot.
gmail.com.
Well, I think it's actually at gmail.com.
At gmail.com, whatever. All right. So we got a question from our buddy John Hill in Michigan.
John Hill and man, what is it with Michigan? We're a big deal in Michigan.
And Nebraska, apparently. Michigan and Nebraska. The Midwest likes us.
They do.
So, you know, that's always good to know.
Middle America loves us.
Yes. Maybe we look middle American-y,
Yeah.
if that's a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so John Hill in Michigan. I think John Hill has written in before. I think he's a 2-time questionnaire person. So John Hill wants to know how much anime porn, or no, that's another topic we already
That
did.
was a different topic, yeah.
Is watching anime porn weird?
Is that weird?
Yeah, that's his question.
Okay. All right, yeah. That's a worthwhile question.
Right.
Why not?
That's why I brought it up.
So that's basically just like cartoon porn, right?
It's like cartoon porn, I would guess. I've never watched it or anything. It doesn't do nothing for me.
All right. Well, let's look this.
Are you going to do research right now as we're live on TV? Or
Yeah.
live on the web? Or live on the podcast? Or
Yeah.
live on Facebook? We're actually live on Facebook. We're live somewhere here, and Max is doing research on this. Here's the thing about anime porn, is it's kind of weird, and it's just weird. It almost goes back to what we were talking about the latex porn. I need you here, dude.
Oh, sorry. I was just looking at this. It's I don't know if engrossing's the word. No, I'm going to turn off the volume now because that's just that's literally pornographic.
You know what we need? We need a fact checker dude. Like if we want to be a serious podcast, we need a dude that's going to sit like somewhere with a laptop and like do this shit for us.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. We should get
Really
Tony
good
back.
idea. Ooh, Tony. Yeah.
We should get Tony.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a wide variety of these anime porns.
There is. There's the Japanese versions,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Well,
Because it's almost like watching Japanese anime, but
it's anime stands for Japanimation.
yeah, but there's like action adventure stuff, you know, the stuff they have on Netflix. But then there's like the Japanese anime porn, which is just like that, but it's porn.
Yeah.
And it's just weird. Like there was one where this girl was getting, she was like in her anime world, they were in space with no gravity, and she was like getting, you know, how do I put this politely? She was getting railed by a dude with no gravity, and like blood was squirting out everywhere.
Blood?
Blood was squirting
That's
out
not
everywhere.
supposed to happen, man.
Not in real life, but it's anime.
That's still not supposed to happen.
Well, it's anime, and apparently in this little clip that I watched, you know, because I do research.
Listen, man, I'm gonna say blood is bad. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that.
Well, blood in any kind of porn,
Yeah.
regular porn, whatever, is bad.
Yeah. Anyway, so we've established that. I just looked up something, and apparently it involved an octopus. There were a lot of tentacles, that's all I know.
And the octopus was using his tentacles to like maneuver around the female.
Go all everywhere up in that
Wow.
stuff.
See, that's weird.
Yeah.
See, like, if you look at anime porn, like way back in the beginning, like you could even call like Bugs Bunny cartoons anime porn.
Yeah,
used
those
to
like animated tranny porn.
Yeah, because Bugs Bunny would cross dress.
Yeah. In fact, there was a lot of cross-dressing in those.
There was.
Yeah.
And Elmer Fudd really liked it.
Elmer Fudd was all about that.
Yes.
Hey, Elmer.
Like it makes you question, because anytime you do art or something like that, it always kind of makes you question, like, because somewhere when you create stuff like that, it's usually like, you know, as a person that's played music and wrote songs and stuff like that, there's usually a party that goes into that kind of stuff. So I would assume like Hanna-Barbera, I think it's Hanna-Barbera that created the Looney Tunes.
Damned
I'm
if I
not
know.
sure. Hanna or Barbera, one of those two. See, we need a fact checker for that. Warner
Brothers.
Okay, one of the Warner Brothers,
Yeah.
whichever one, had some deep-seated cross-dressing things going on.
Yeah. No judgment.
No judgment.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm just saying.
If that's your thing, that's your thing. I think also Wile E. Coyote fell for it a few times.
Well, yeah. No, I think Wile E. Coyote fell for like
Everything.
I mean, but Bugs Bunny kind of pulled it off.
Yeah, the Roadrunner didn't really pull it off.
No, but Bugs Bunny could kind of pull off that cross-dressing thing where you're like watching it, and when you're a kid and you're watching that stuff, you didn't think it was weird. You're like, oh, it's just a little disguise.
Yeah.
He's trying to get away from Elmer Fudd.
Yeah.
Who's hunting him,
Yeah.
right? It didn't seem weird. Now, if you watch it, you're like, whoa, that is some weird stuff.
Well, yeah, but, you know, no judgment.
No
To
judgment.
each his own, all that.
Right.
If that's your thing, that's your thing, that's
Right.
cool.
So, but John's question goes to, is watching anime porn weird? And it goes back to what we've talked about before on the show, is to each his own, man.
Exactly,
To each his own. If you're into anime porn, God, you're not hurting anybody
Yeah.
and nobody's getting offended. You're not like watching anime porn all willy-nilly, like in the airport or something.
Like out on the street,
Just
subjecting people to tentacle porn.
If you're
Yeah.
like identical porn. I wonder if that's a market.
It is.
Like, do they? Because you know what else is? You know what else
Dude,
is?
it's a whole genre.
There's
Tentacle
another
porn.
genre of like monsters, like books and stuff like that. Like books of like monster porn. It's
Monster
called.
porn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the werewolf is having sex with chicks.
Yeah. And you got superhero porn.
Well, that's kind of a turn on, especially like when the chicks dress up as superheroes and they turn all evil and stuff, and they just become like all sex slaves, and that's kind of a good
See,
thing.
if Shayne digs on it, it can't be all that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cosplay thing. When the women do it, I wouldn't do it personally, but when a woman dresses up for some reason in any kind of costume,
Yeah.
it's kind of a turn on.
I'm gonna admit something. After one of our topics, I kind of like had
Did
a
you
little
go furry?
I had a little stint going furry.
Did you?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
And you know what? I dug it.
It wasn't weird?
It wasn't weird.
Did you just do it in your room though? You didn't
first-
like go to a party or
No,
anything,
no.
did you?
At first it was a little different, but then I was like, you know what? I kind of dig it.
Right, but you didn't like go to one of the furry parties or anything, did you?
No, but I tried to get my fiance into it.
What did she thought you were weird, huh?
Yeah. She thought I was weird.
What'd you dress up as?
No, I didn't dress up.
Well, you had a furry costume on, right?
No. I just watched the movies on the internet. Though I have a Chewbacca costume.
Well, I don't know if Chewbacca counts as a furry.
All I got to do is cut a hole out the front.
Right. And then you're going to be like, "Arr!"
Yeah, if I want to be really kinky, I'll cut a hole out the back too.
There you go. But you gotta talk all in Chewbacca and like how does a Wookiee want sex? How does a Wookiee mate? I would think a Wookiee just walks up to another Wookiee and just, takes control and does it and leaves.
You know, man, Wookiees are actually a very civilized people. They have a very subtle, nuanced communication and courting rituals.
Right.
Yeah. So just FYI.
All right. Well, I mean, and if you look around, kind of, anime porn's been around like that Looney Tunes stuff. I keep going back to that Looney Tunes stuff because the more and more I think about it now, the more and more kind of like, that's kind of weird.
Not just that, man, but like go back to like the Renaissance and all the naked ladies that got painted.
Well, that ain't too weird.
It's not weird, but it's,
they didn't have photographs then. So how else were you supposed to appreciate the woman's body, take it home and, take care of business?
Well, that's still pornography, right? I guess that's not animated, that's drawn.
Yeah.
But this kind of, that was before animation. That was pre-animation.
Could you imagine you get some, back then you would get some girl in your room. I could just, because I guess, casual hookups were kind of frowned upon back then, I would assume.
Yeah, but they still did it.
I know they did behind closed doors, kind of like they do today. But could you imagine, like this dude's like, oh, it's for art purposes. I want to paint you. So this girl sits there all naked for like 2 hours while this dude paints them.
Probably more than 2 hours.
Probably more.
Like all day.
Yeah, probably like all day, And they get done, and he's like, "Oh, thank you very much. Here's your bread," or whatever. However they paid people back in the Renaissance. Here's your bread. You can eat now, peasant. That's how I picture it, right? And the dude lets the paint. Maybe he doesn't even let the paint dry. Maybe he just whips down and pulls down his pants and rubs one out right there. Your grandma's calling.
Yeah. Well, you know what they did a lot of the times is they got a prostitute to pose for.
Right.
And then they gave him a regular job afterwards.
It is porn in kind of an old school kind of way because somebody would then buy that painting.
Yeah.
And then do the same thing.
Yeah. Or they would just appreciate the female form in an artistic sort of something.
Well, just how is that different than appreciating the female form in a gawking kind of way?
One is more aristocratic.
But you're still being a sleazeball.
Yeah. And then you should see some of the shit that came out of China like 1,000 years ago. I mean, they were getting down and dirty.
But we're getting away from kind of our point here, or John Hill's question: is anime porn weird?
Oh, you know what? If they were doing it 1,000 years ago, it can't be that weird.
And if Looney Tunes did it on TV on Saturday mornings
for children, go back and watch some of that Looney Tunes stuff where Bugs Bunny dresses up as a girl. You'll see what I'm saying. Yeah. Also, you know what? Go ahead and watch Sailor Moon.
What the hell's Sailor Moon?
It's an anime superhero thing with a bunch of girls who are superheroes. I don't know.
Do they get busy?
No, they don't. But their skirts go down to like half an inch below their, bits, which is almost pornographic.
Almost pornographic.
Yeah.
But, I mean, would you ever go into a room by yourself when you're at home and just throw on some anime porn, like, the octopus stuff? And, like, just enjoy it?
No comment.
No comment.
No
Because
comment.
you probably saved that video, didn't you?
No comment.
You gotta go home and take care of some business and with some octopus porn.
No comment.
So it was like the octopus arms all around the girl, or
I couldn't tell if it was an octopus or a tentacle monster. But
were the tentacles like everywhere?
They were all everywhere.
Like all up in
the everything.
Like just attaching.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You could get away with it.
If you're a cartoon.
If you're a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's like the one I watched, the one in Gravity, where the girl was like, blood was shooting out.
Yeah. I'm still saying blood is bad, but.
It was a cartoon, though. That's how they get away with it.
Okay.
And it was one of those ones where they would mouth something, and the language would be off. Like they would say something like,
Right, like in the old Godzilla movies.
Yeah, in the old Godzilla movies, just like that. It was just hilarious. Like I was laughing through the whole thing, And I can't imagine like some dude just sitting down and being like, oh yeah, gravity porn. Yeah.
But hey, why not?
I mean,
To each his own.
To each his
Yeah.
own.
Now that's another thing I can look up. And, no comment about.
And no comment about it. Part of this deal is that we have to do some research. So, you could always say you're doing research.
Well, I just did a little bit of research. I found some very disturbing shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens to me every time we get one of these porn questions.
Yeah.
That's how I found out about that latex stuff, which is weird.
Yeah. Cake farting.
Cake farting is weird, but the latex stuff takes the cake because, they're...
Does it take the cake? Because I think cake farting takes the cake, quite literally.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. They're, like, wrapped up in this latex thing, right?
Yeah.
And their areas ain't even open.
Right.
The mouth is open.
Yeah.
And they're blindfolded.
Yeah.
So they have no idea
What's up?
what's up.
Yeah.
Who's going in where.
Yeah. I would get claustrophobic.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it is bizarre.
Yes, but at the same time, they're not ruining perfectly good cakes.
We keep coming back to
Whereas
the fact that
cake farting ruins perfectly good cakes.
Yeah, you keep going back to that.
I think it's bad to ruin a perfectly good cake. Especially, you go to a party and you see a cake and you're like, cake. Can't wait to have some of that cake. And then some lady comes out.
And you think about that cake the whole party? Like people are talking
you're thinking
and all
about the
you're thinking
cake,
about
and
is a
all
cake.
you could do is you keep glancing over it, and then some lady comes out, no pants, and just sits on the cake and farts right on it and ruins it.
Do you think maybe if you would have stuck around the party, they might have had a backup cake, but you flipped out?
Well, who wouldn't flip out?
I didn't flip out.
Maybe they did have a backup cake. Maybe they went ahead and ate the fart cake. I don't know.
Because you flipped out.
Well, that's because they ruined a perfectly good cake. Whether they had a backup cake or not, they ruined a perfectly good cake.
You got all judgmental on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that was a weird party to be
Hey,
at.
man, to each his own, but you don't go around ruining perfectly good cakes.
I mean, I will admit that was a weird party to be at anyway.
Yeah.
Just because
Only about half the people there had pants on.
Right.
And you know what? The people without pants were not the people that you wanted to be no pants.
Yeah, it's like a nudist colony. When you go to a nudist colony, it's all the people that you don't want to see naked who are naked.
Yeah, all the people you do want to see naked, they're just not there.
Yeah.
They're somewhere else wearing clothes.
I was watching this thing. I was watching this thing. You ever heard of you probably heard of them. You ever heard of the rock band Quiet Riot? They had the song "Bang Your Head" and Mental Health.
I've heard of them.
You've heard of them. I was watching this documentary on them on what was it, man? YouTube. I was watching this documentary on them.
I'm glad you didn't say VH1 because that would have made you sound so old.
Dude, VH1 only went out like 3 years ago.
VH1. You know what? Keep going with your story.
Anyway, there was this documentary on them like getting the band back together and reuniting, and they were. They had a number one record in 1983. Okay, they were ahead of Michael Jackson's Thriller, which sold an unbelievable amount of records.
Yes, in 1983.
Right, but Thriller you consider still a great album, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, right. Anyway, they're playing a nudist colony in Minnesota.
I hope not in the winter.
No, it was during the summer.
Okay,
and it was like what the camera showed all the people here, and it was like all the people you don't want to see naked. You're like, dude.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. If I was in a rock band, I would totally want to play a nudist colony. And you know what? Imagine all the dudes like stomp dancing. With their bits flopping around all over the place. With their nuts all
swinging back and forth.
That'd be so much fun, man.
And the boobies and girls pogoing with the boobies.
All over. All the bits going all over the place. Yeah.
I don't know. But to answer John Hill's question in Michigan, no, anime porn is not weird.
I'm going to say
to each his own.
I'm going to say it is, but only if you make it so.
Right. I mean, don't go walking around, like I said, don't go walking around all willy-nilly letting people know, like...
Yes.
You watch anime porn.
Sitting around in the airport terminal with the volume.
You can't even do that if you're watching like lesbian gangbang porn. I mean,
if you're watching any porn, really.
Yeah, I bet you could get away with it if you were watching that girl-friendly, romantic kind of,
I still think
Erotica. I bet you can get away with it if you're watching erotica.
I still think somebody would be like, yo, you can't be bumping erotica in the middle of the airport.
I don't know, man. I think you can get away with it with erotica.
All right.
Anyway,
But like,
that is
there are children around. That's what
well,
I'm
I mean,
saying.
the airport's a pretty big place.
There's still children
You can
everywhere.
find yourself a nice little nook
and just be
and just be a
the
creeper.
weird guy with the porn in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Like
sounds
you're waiting
great.
for a flight
Yeah.
or you're delayed.
Yeah.
I mean, when you need to take care of business, you need to take care of business. You know what I mean? So, and it's not like you could stream that kind of stuff on the airplane in the bathroom or something and take up time. So, I mean, why not?
I still can think of plenty of reasons why not, but okay.
Maybe find a
okay,
bathroom.
Whatever.
Maybe find a bathroom and do it.
That's probably more appropriate.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Or like a maintenance closet.
Maintenance closet. There you go. Then you could say you had kinky sex with yourself.
Or in the back of the Cinnabon.
In the back of the Cinnabon.
I mean, what do you think that jizzy frosting's really made of?
Right, right. Maybe in the walk-in closet of one of those deli restaurants.
Yeah.
You could just like walk in there all willy-nilly like you work there.
Yeah.
And just go and rub one out and take care of some business.
Rub it right out. Yeah.
Watching your anime porn.
Yeah.
And disturb all the employees with how loud it is.
Fucking tentacles and all that. Yeah.
Anyway, that is our show. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give us a like. Follow us on the YouTube. Follow us on the SoundCloud. We're not sure if we're on iTunes yet. So,
I don't think we are.
right.
But hey, if we are, let us know.
yeah, let us know if we're on iTunes. If you find us on iTunes, let us know.
Yeah,
but we
I'd
are
be
available
stoked.
most places where you can get a podcast.
Yeah.
Most places.
Actually, probably not. But we're available on most of the big ones.
We're on SoundCloud for sure.
Yeah. And YouTube.
Right. So you can follow us there. Give us a